And Sarah, really, we've had a lot of memories, a lot of people getting in touch today about the Queen. It's a year since her death. Really looking back on the last year, it's been an extraordinary one in British constitutional, political, social life in general. It's really a day, I suppose, to think about the Queen and the contribution that she made as well, Sarah.
That's correct. Hello there, Peter. Yes,
Hi.
It has. It's been a day of reflection and looking back over the last 12 months, which really have been quite turbulent in times since the Queen's passing. And looking back, I mean, people have been saying it's so hard to think how fast a year has gone, that we really have lost her. I think some people are still sort of in disbelief that she's really not with us anymore, because she was part of our lives for such a long time, to get to 96 years of age.
And very few people alive who don't remember the Queen being the Queen. In fact, even if they were alive, they probably don't remember it because it was such a long time ago.
That's correct, yes. And so this is a day, to sort of really reflect upon what she did for the nation. She served and worked right up until the very end, the very last day of her life, as we saw meeting Liz Truss, the Prime Minister, for the short time that Liz Truss was Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. She was always working the Queen, and I thought it was interesting. Liz Truss paid her own tribute today and said that the Queen actually said to her, "I'll see you very soon," which was not to be. That was her last Prime Minister.
Liz Truss in that interview saying that the Queen was absolutely with it and totally across the detail to the last, which certainly made one of them in that conversation. But anyway, the Queen really did take a huge interest in what went on in this country. And a year on, we now have King Charles III, her son. What sort of a job do you think he's doing at the moment?
Well, Charles is only just now really starting. This year for him has been his year of mourning. He's obviously began ruling, but we're going to see, now that we've marked the Queen's anniversary today, we're going to see King Charles III really come into his own now and beginning. So he's sort of just been testing the waters. He's come into things quite slowly. He's thanked the British people today for their amazing support in, obviously, the death of his mother, the late Queen Elizabeth II. So we're going to see more from him now, and Charles taking more of a forward stance and more of a major role. And I think it'll be very interesting to see how things now go forward as Charles begins really properly his reign. Now that we've obviously had that 1 year anniversary been and gone. But what was interesting in Charles's tribute to his mother and his short address that he gave to the public was that he talked about service. And that was a very key word, I thought, in that tribute there. He talked about the Queen's example of service, which we know was what she was known for. She was the epitome of service and duty. And
let's actually we'll come back to you in a second, Sarah, but let's just play that now, actually. Let's just play the words of King Charles III on the anniversary of his mother's death.
In marking the first anniversary of Her late Majesty's death and my accession, we recall with great affection her long life, devoted service, and all she meant to so many of us. I am deeply grateful, too, for the love and support that has been shown to my wife and myself during this year, as we do our utmost to be of service to you all.
Charles says he and Camilla want to do their utmost to be of service to all, and as you say, service is the key word there, but it's an impossible act to follow, isn't it?
Come on, it was the Queen. She was absolutely fantastic. The fact that we've seen people over in Washington, D.C. gather to mourn her over there with beautiful tributes. She touched the lives of so many around the world. She wasn't just our Queen. She was Queen of the world, really. Everyone looked at her like that, almost like a saint sort of image. Not just the Commonwealth, but Republican countries as well. They all looked up to the Queen. So we've lost that safe pair of hands. And yes, it is such a hard task for her son Charles to follow, but he's had the greatest teacher, Peter, in her, and she has taught him very well. And I'm so heartened and pleased to see the word service come through in that.
Absolutely.
Not just once, but a few times. So he's laying out his cards now on the table to let us know that he's going to be following in his late mother's example, and service first always, which is how the Queen led. By example, service to the nation, service to the Commonwealth, and it seems Charles has taken her words of wisdom on board and doing his duty as king, Queen did her duty for 70 years. Obviously, he's never going to be able to rule anywhere
well,
near.
Indeed, Sarah. But I mean, he'll try, certainly in the time that he is here, I'm sure, to be as towering a figure as she was. Sarah Robertson, royal commentator, thank you very much.